Your door is closed, and the lock is turned. Outside, the world bustles with connection, with community, with the cheerful chaos of visitors. But inside, in here, there is silence. Listen to that silence. It is a sacred, guarded silence. In a world that worships noise, connection, and visibility, you have carved out a space of profound quiet. You have built a fortress of solitude, and you have likely been made to feel guilty for it. You have felt it, haven't you? That faint tension when the doorbell rings unexpectedly. The quiet relief when social plans are cancelled. Perhaps you've even crafted careful excuses. A fortress of politeness to keep the world at bay. Society calls this antisocial. Psychology may call it introversion. Through Carl Jung's observations, he concluded something far more profound. This can't be written off as mere antisocial behavior. This is more than a personal preference. It is a symbolic act. Your home is not just a house. It is the outer representation of your inner world, your psyche. And your refusal of visitors, and impulse to retreat, to refuse visitors, to guard your privacy so fiercely, is not a social failure, but a spiritual necessity, a message from the depths of your soul. Carl Jung, a master of the human mind and cartographer of the soul, believes that your closed door is a powerful symbol. It is the boundary between the collective outer world and your own inner universe. It is a sacred threshold. It is a bastion of defense for a sacred space. And tonight, we will explore what that space protects and what it truly means about who you are. The journey into the self requires courage. If you are ready to understand the hidden architecture of your own mind, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. It is a sanctuary for those who seek to look beneath the surface. Now, let us cross the threshold. The fortress of the self, protecting the inner sanctuary. The first layer of understanding lies in the realm of psychological defense. Your home is your persona. Some might see it as a hiding place, but to you, home is a sacred sanctuary. Your true self resides inside. It is a vital space for a psyche such as yours, a psyche that values depth and meaning. Let us explore the 7 guardians at the gate between your home and the outer world. First, the sanctuary of the introvert. For those whose energy flows inward, social interaction is not merely draining, it is a diffusion of your vital energy. Visitors are not unwanted, but they are a strong demand on this inner energy. Your home is where you recharge your battery. It is the container where your consciousness can tend to its own garden and turn away from the collective. Your home is where your life force is forged and refined. To allow visitors in is to risk a profound exhaustion, a depletion of the soul itself. Second, the shield of high sensitivity. Often, this need for solitude stems from a highly sensitive psyche. Do not be alarmed. Your nervous system is not flawed. It is a finely tuned instrument, a tad too sensitive for our modern world. The outer world is too loud, too bright, too harsh, too many chaotic social energies. It is an assault on the senses. Your home is a carefully curated environment, a sensory sanctuary. An uninvited guest is not just a person. They are an unpredictable variable, a new scent, a loud voice, a booming laugh, a disruptive rhythm, a chaotic energy that can shatter the delicate harmony you have so painstakingly created. Third, the fear of the shadow's exposure. This is a crucial psychological truth. Within each of us, our shadow selves hides a dark trauma in the depth of our unconscious, quietly observing through your eyes, stalking the outer world for its next prey, the repository of all we deny in ourselves, our flaws, our quirks, our unfinished parts. Your home is a reflection of your inner state. A messy room, a stack of unfinished books, the slightly messy kitchen, a piece of art on the wall that now seems out of place. The very atmosphere of it all can feel like a naked display of your shadow to the judging eyes of another. You are not hiding your home, but you are afraid the visitor will hold a mirror up to the shadow that you are not ready to face yet. You are hiding what it reveals about your soul. the temple of the soul, sacred work of solitude. But we must venture deeper, beyond personal psychology and into the archetypal. Your home is more than a shelter. It is the main stage for the great work of individuation, the solitude needed for the confrontation with the unconscious. Fourth, the hermit archetype's quest. You are embodying the ancient archetype of the hermit. You are not being antisocial. You have been given a mission from above. Since before your birth, the hermit withdraws from the collective not out of fear, but to pay closer attention to the voice of the self. The hermit, the archetype of introspection and self-discovery. This solitude is a blessing. It grants more time for contemplation, for digesting life's experiences, and for listening to the quiet voice of the self, rather than the noisy demands of the ego. Your closed door is the hermit's lantern, a signal that deep, inner work is underway. This is a process that cannot be rushed or disturbed. Fifth, the alchemical vessel must be sealed. In alchemy, the great work of transformation could only occur within a sealed vessel. In Carl Jung's period of profound isolation, he engaged in what he called active imagination, essentially a direct dialogue with the unconscious. This is a very delicate and psychologically powerful work. Your home serves this same function. It is the protected space, your sealed vessel, where the base materials of your personality can be safely broken down. During this time of deep inner discovery and inner healing, you might feel drawn towards isolation, preferring not to let visitors inside. A visitor, even a silent one, represents a potential crack in this vessel. Their energy, their expectations, their mere presence can shatter the fragile connection to the dream figures, the archetypes, and the autonomous complexes that rise up from the depths of your shadow's perceived world. You are protecting a sacred conversation, only meant for your ears. Sixth, a deep connection to the unconscious. Your solitude is an active engagement with the collective unconscious. When you are alone in your private sanctuary, you are not truly alone. The psyche evolves by thinking upon the tension between contradictory theories and beliefs. You are in dialogue with dreams, with archetypes, with the ancestors of the psyche. Consciousness and unconsciousness, light and shadow, masculine and feminine. Your solitude provides the container to hold this tension without resorting to a simplistic, one-sided solution. It is in this sustained tension that a new, third thing, a transcendent insight can be born. A visitor can relieve this tension prematurely, completely collapsing the potential for a breakthrough. Seventh, the unlived potential of the persona, the final guardian. There can be a quiet grief behind the closed door. Your social persona, the one that is cheerful, agreeable, you might call it normal. It requires immense energy to maintain. When you are home, you can finally lay that burden down. You can be the complex, perfectly imperfect, and authentic self that the world cannot accommodate. To have a visitor is to have to pick up that mask again, and the weight of it can feel unbearable. You are protecting your right to be the authentic, messy, contradictory, true version of you. These are not simple truths, and self-knowledge is a collective endeavor. If this exploration speaks to you, if you see your own reflection in this sacred solitude, I urge you to share this video with one person who might understand. And tell me in the comments, which of these 7 guardians of your home speaks to your soul's truth? Your insights enrich this shared journey of discovery. And so, you see, your no visitors policy is far from a simple social aversion. It is a complex, symbolic, and deeply meaningful act of self-preservation and an act of soul-making. You are not shutting yourself inside a dungeon. You are guarding a cosmic temple that holds conversation between your conscious and the collective unconscious. Some of Carl Jung's colleagues may call this the consciousness that resides deep behind the unconscious. The conscious, unconscious. You might call this God, Source, or the Creator. The world may misunderstand, and that's okay. Let it. The world prizes extroversion and constant connection, often at the expense of the soul. Your withdrawal is a silent protest against this shallow existence. You are one of the guardians to a sacred internal existence that our modern world has nearly forgotten. The goal, however, is not to remain forever isolated. The ultimate aim of individuation is to return to the world, enriched and whole. But first, one must have a self to bring. Your solitude is the fertile ground where that self is cultivated. So, guard your sanctuary. Honor your hermit lifestyle. Tend to your inner flame without apology. For in protecting that quiet space, you are not hiding from the world. You are, in fact, nurturing the very depth it so desperately lacks.